Well, Jamie, look what the cat rolled in. Alex Anthopoulos with us. A win away from getting to your first career World Series as an executive. What are the emotions right now?
You know, you're just so focused on the game right now. You're hoping you don't get to a game 6. Last night, you wanted to win as well, but you know you're facing a tough opponent in the Cubs. Quintana tonight's going to be tough, so just really focused on the game. But I'd be lying if I didn't tell you the thoughts crossed my mind and what it would mean and what it would feel like to finally get to a World Series.
It would mean a lot to Clayton Kershaw too. So often the conversation is, which version of Kershaw are we going to see? What have you learned about him, being up close and personal with him the last couple of years, that you didn't know about him as a competitor?
No, I'd say the thing that really jumped out to me was that my first spring training, first basically live batting practice, how competitive he was unbelievable. Spring training, live BP, before the games, every pitch needed to be perfect, very intense. So he holds himself to a high standard. He's the greatest in the world. And we always expect to win when he's on the mound. We feel good about it.
Alex, for you personally, year 2 now with the Dodgers, how are the pressures different as a VP of baseball operations compared to the hot seat as a general manager?
You know what, it's very similar. I'm included in everything here. I can't say enough for Andrew Friedman and Farhan Zaidi. I'm with them every day in the office, so I certainly feel more a part of it now, having been through it now for 2 years, and I live in LA, being in the office, going through a full off season with them, second trade deadline. But look, there's no question, with the Dodgers, the expectations are huge year in and year out. But you welcome that. I mean, being in the playoffs every year, having a chance to contend for a World Series, that's what it's all about. So I've been thrilled, and it's been great so far. And beyond that, I've learned a ton being with these guys every day. I mean, one of my things that I wanted as well, beyond when I did leave the Blue Jays, was a chance where I could learn and get better. And being with those guys every day, I've gotten a lot better, in my opinion.
What have you learned the most?
You know what? I think maybe just a different way of going about things. I probably won't get into specifics, but look, being able to compete against Andrew, against the Rays, I had a ton of respect for him. Farhan with Oakland, we used to talk all the time, so I was always curious what it would have been like to work with them. So being able to work with them, and hopefully we all make each other better in various ways. I've been exposed to a lot of things that I hadn't been exposed to in the past, so definitely my perspectives have evolved and changed. And really, it should be that way for anybody. You get to go to a new club, work with a new group. You should get better, otherwise you're in the wrong spot.
This is a deeper and better Dodger team that fell short in the NLCS last year. What additions do you think have paid off the most?
No, I really feel like all of them. I think adding the bullpen pieces that we did. I mean, you look at the guys that are being used in the bullpen right now in the playoffs. We didn't have those guys to start the year. Brandon Morrow, who obviously Blue Jays fans know well, has been outstanding for us. Tony Cingrani, Tony Watson has been great. Kenley Jansen's been a mainstay. Josh Fields has done a good job as well for us. But, I'd say Yu Darvish has stepped up huge for us. You always want that to happen. You had a guy at the trade deadline, that big Game 3 against the Diamondbacks, obviously the game against the Cubs here. Having a guy like that you trade for, give up some really good young players that we were high on, definitely a good feeling to have those guys come through for you.
On a personal level, you and your family have relocated to LA. You get back to Toronto now as a visitor. What's that like, man?
You know what? I remember going back last year, 2016 May. It was weird. I got to tell you, I almost didn't want to go to the park. I didn't go out on the field for batting practice. My first year with the club, last thing I wanted to be was a distraction, so I tried to keep a low profile overall. And it was hard. I mean, been there 12 years. I love the place. Driving from my house down to the park and going to the other side was odd. So, it was nice. As much as I love Toronto, and family goes back for the summers, and we have a lot of friends and family there, and still go back for the holidays, and still remind my kids about the importance of Canada and all those things. Certainly, there's a mix of emotions, because you certainly have a love for the organization, and that won't change.
Alex, enjoy tonight. What an opportunity, and as always, I really enjoyed it.
All right, Arash, appreciate it.